We auditioned for Pokemon in just a tiny studio. We watched a short clip, and we were told to try to get as close to the original actors' voices as possible. And when we started, we were in a tiny studio, and it was all, nothing about it said that it would be as popular as it is now. Mm-hmm. I think that's a testament to how fans have really identified with it and allowed it to grow so much. But I've never been involved with something that people knew of. Everyone says, "Oh, you're an actor, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, I've worked on Pokémon, Ninja Turtles." Oh, and then that's a big deal. But it's pretty nice when people know something that you work on. I just, none of us had any idea at all.
Thank you.
Gosh, that's a really hard question. We all have kind of our pets that we think are Pokemon in a way. So what would I do? I've had pet lizards. I think I would go with a lizard. And I think it would be able to evolve into something bigger that could carry me somewhere and carry my luggage and maybe sprout wings and fly. So not quite Trico and not quite Charizard, but somewhere in between that also is kind to me. Because Charizard, how it always just like crisps Ash with its fire. I think I would name it Spotty. I travel a lot, so it's hard to care for pets, so I would want something that's small that I could take with me. I think Pokemon are our greatest companions, so ultimately it would be that. When I heard the news that the series Ash's arc was ending, I just felt so unsettled. I think probably everyone has. It seems right for that to end, for Ash to have his moment and be able to go on to something else, or even just like sit down for a minute. But I think I just expected it to go on forever. And so I think being immature as I am, I just wanted it to go on, and I felt so sad. But ultimately, he's had a really good run. I think Ash is us. We are Ash. So the journey continues through all of us. We've learned so much from his highs and lows, his wins and losses, and now we pass that on to the next generation. We take that and run with it. I'm anxious to see what he does next. I'm sure, from my experience playing Ash, if he gets older, since he's only 10, I think perhaps he will become a mentor for others. In some ways, he doesn't really look beyond himself, does he? So I think he'll mature a bit in that, go home, have a nice meal at his mom's, and then kind of set his course. But it's been an amazing 25 years to be associated with this character, with Pokemon in general. And the friendships that I have made through meeting people at conventions like MCM have been extraordinary. Something that no actor ever dreams possible when they take on a job. So I'm very happy with kind of how he has become who he is, and I'm very happy with all of the quote fans, the people that they've become as a result, and that I'm so incredibly proud of. Yeah, the only advice I can give is advice I would give anyone in any job, which is you get to work, you give your 100%, and then you go on. Because you don't know how far anything that you do will reach. You can never think, oh my God, this is such a huge thing that I'm a part of, because it isn't. It's just your work and how it relates to others. And that's the same in life in general. So you approach it as you do every job and give it your 100%. And then you just hope that people like it in terms of that. But you can never think about, you can't want people to like you. That's not storytelling. You tell the story and you be as genuine as possible. Yeah, I hadn't given that much thought, actually. But, the interesting thing to me as a member of the original, as we can say now, Pokemon is that Pokemon was always Ash's journey and all the friends that he brought along with him. So it's interesting to me that it's still Pokemon, but they've just completely shifted it. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I guess it's going to still be about collecting and training Pokemon. I just don't know that much about it. So I just hope that it brings the same joy and commitment to friendship and kindness and helping each other achieve goals that the, quote, original Pokemon had. That it's really still about story and not just merchandise, quite honestly. Because I think from the people that I meet at conventions, it's the stories that have hit people the deepest. And I hope that it continues to be true to that. Oh my gosh, this has been the most extraordinary event. I have seen some people that I've seen over the years. I've been so fortunate to come to MCM several times. And so I've seen people from when they were little and now they are bigger, they're bringing their kids. I have, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to tell you how glorious it is to speak to people and hear about when they were little rushing home from school to watch it, how Pokemon helped them get through chemotherapy when they were 6 years old, or just making their best friend, or they watched it with their grandmother. And all of these stories are what makes Pokemon kind of the part of the fabric of our lives. People, because I played Ash, they tell me stories related to Ash. So the fact that you can be Ash and be on the journey with him, and no matter what troubles you're having at school or in life, you can just kind of turn on for those 22 minutes this TV show and just lose yourself in this world, and then go out and make friends because you share a love of that. The stories are incredible, and perhaps I'll write a book about them, but people have been so generous to share them with me, and it's extraordinary. I can't cry this early in the morning. It's so amazing. I think the only game I've ever played is Red. My little brother had that, and then my daughter. So that's the only game that I've looked over the shoulder to be allowed to kind of play. I don't have a lot of time to play video games, so I haven't really played a lot of them. But what's really great is being on a show where people think you know what they're about. So I have kind of an inside scoop on it without actually having to spend the time or the thumb energy on it. So no, I haven't played any of them. Pokemon Go, of course I have that on my phone, and that's about it. I work on a lot of video games, but I don't have any devices to play them. So I'm in the Fire Emblem series, and so I'm in a lot of that, and I've been able to see the conversations online because I haven't played it, so that's pretty great. But no, I haven't played a lot. But I have been doing more involved with video games and card games, just to be able to meet people and talk about it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'm not against it, but I just need a little more time.
I absolutely understand.
Yeah.
You should probably get a Switch.
That's what I need to switch. Maybe my daughter and I are the worst players, so maybe we'll stream that, and that would be pathetic and wonderful. So, looking for a Switch. What would I say? Because really, we all are our failures and our wins. So without the failures and the struggle, I wouldn't be who I am today. So perhaps if I knew something then, I might not have gone down that road. But ultimately, let the small stuff go. I think it's important to really be friends with everyone, try to get along, and don't worry so much, and just keep pushing on. There are sometimes I think I've worried a bit too much about things, and those things ended up not mattering. That's a word. They didn't matter. So let the small stuff go, and try to look at the big picture. I think that's what gets me through a lot of the rough stuff now, is stepping back and looking at the big picture, and trying to figure out what my greater purpose is. And I think that's what's led me to this moment, and then which will lead me through tomorrow, which will be, how do I get to the British Museum? You know, whatever. Thank you.